Today's topic is binary file. Before this topic, I have already discussed that how we can able to create text file and how we can able to access data from a text file. Read and write operation is already performed in the text file. Now today's topic is binary file. So before we are going to perform file operations, we have to discuss some basic features of binary file. So what do you mean by binary file? Binary file are the file which can operate on machine language, means all the data are inserted into 0 and 1 form as a machine language. If we wish to write a structure such as a list or a dictionary to a binary file and read it subsequently, then there are an important module known as pickle module. You have to use pickle module in your program. What does pickle module do for you? Pickle module performs serialization and deserializing of Python object. What do you mean by this? Serialization is the process of transforming data or object in memory, that is RAM, to a stream of bytes called streams. When data is going to written in a file, then serialization process is going to be performed, means data is converted into your machine language, and one by one these data in a form of stream are recorded in our files, that is a binary file. And when we want to access that data, then this process that is known as serialization process may be reversed, and this is known as pickling and unpickling. What do you mean by pickling? Pickling refers to the process of converting structure to a byte stream before writing to a file. While reading the content of a file, a reverse process called unpickling is used to convert byte stream back to the original structure. Here there are a basic concept, that is, in a text file you have to convert your human readable form into machine language and machine language into human readable form. In case of compiler or interpreter, you have to use several translators that perform these operations, but in case of binary language there are no any translation, as human readable form is always converted into machine language before processing, because computer understand only 0 and 1 forms. It doesn't understand human language. Computer doesn't understand human language. Hence all the data that are as processed by the processor accepts input, and input are in a form of machine language. All the input that are in a form of machine language are written into your files directly. Hence there is no conversion from human readable form to machine language and from machine language to human readable form. Hence binary file are more faster as comparison to your text file. And what do you mean by pickling and unpickling? Pickling refers to the process of converting a structure to a byte stream before writing to a file. Means data are available in a form of stream one is by one. It is written into your file, and as it is written in your file, this process is known as pickling, and its reverse process means one by one data is picked up from the file and displayed into a machine monitor is known as unpickling. Here is a program to write sequence in a binary file. DEF F operation means file operation are a function created here, and import pickle is the module L1 is the list containing values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80. Here f is the file object and open is the method. Open method accepts two arguments. First is the file name and second is the file mode. Here we are working on binary file and we are going to write data from streams to your binary file. Then you have to write file mode wb. B denotes for binary file and w denotes for writing operations. And in file name, here two things are here: location component and binary file name. When your python file and binary file are both are in a same location, then you doesn't need to provide location component. But if your python file and your binary file both are in a different location, then it is better to provide location component. Otherwise, when you are trying to read data from these files, then you will get some error, that file not found error. Now we have already created file object f providing file details, and after using that we have to use pickle.dump. L1 is the list and list uh, passed into dump method, and second argument is f is the file object. This dump method is very important method, as dump method is used to write content to a binary file. Pickle module have two basic functions, load and dump. Dump method is used to write content in a binary file, and load method is used to read content from a binary file. When dump method completes, you have to print a message list added to binary file, and after that close the function. As you know that if you create a method, then method needs to be called when our program it will be executed. If we create a method and does not need to call that function or method, then it does not perform anything. Hence, after creating a file operation function, f operation function, we have called f operation function in a last line. When we run this program, look the file. When we run the program, this contain something like symbols that we cannot understand. We cannot understand what it is. Means binary file are not human readable file, and text file is a human readable file. These are the small program that writes list into a binary file. These are the method that needs to be imported when you want to run, and these method is responsible to write content from binary file. Next, you can understand what these two functions perform in your file. Pickle.dump is used to write the object in file which is opened in binary access mode. Binary access mode means we have to create file in a binary format. It may be when you want to write, then it may be binary write mode, and when you want to read from binary file, then it may be from binary read mode. The content of binary file are not much in human readable form, as we see in our previous example. Look that these are the content of binary file, and it is not readable. Not readable. Not readable. Hence, we can understand binary file cannot be readable. These are the symbols. This is the syntax of dump method that dump method uses two parameters. One is the object and second is the file object. Object data is written into your file object. Hence, before you can perform dump means write operation, you have to create a file object and contains a data in your program. Load method is used to read load method is used to from the read from the object from pickle file. Pickle.load is used to read the object from pickle file means binary file. Here is the syntax. Load method is name and file object contains all the information such as location component, name of file, as well as file mod. If we does not provide file mod, then by default it is your file is opened in your read mode only. Program to read sequence in a binary file. We can write here in our program using dump method. Now we can read file content. Program to read list sequence that is already written by your previous program. You can look here that pickle is the module. Pickle module contains load and dump method. This is the file object and you are just calling pickle.load and passing file object into load method. It will read content from your file and file details are this. These are the file details. B file.dat is the name of file and it is exist in your D drive, and RB is the file mod. When you read pickle.load and its reference is L1, print L1, it will display these results and it is written in your file. It is displayed when you run these programs. Now we can going to perform read operation and write operation again. Look here. These are the name of the function f operation. Import pickle. File is opened in writing mode only. Here while true. While true, it means when while is true means this is true when it is failed manually in your program. Here is input function. You can use enter an integer and dump. Here again as usual we can use pickle.dump x and f. X data is written into your file object f and these are the file object. After writing data, you can ask from the user, do you want to enter more data, y or n? Here ans is the reference for that input that are given by the user. If user put y, that may be either small case letter or that may be either capital case letter. For that you have to use upper function. You can use upper function ans.upper. It may convert user input into uppercase letter. It may be either capital Y or capital N. If ans.upper will have capital N value, then you are comparing it for N. If both the comparison becomes true, then your program will be break. Break is the keyword. When it occurs, your current loop will be break and you are exit from your current loop. And where is the loop? While is your current loop. Means you are exit in a while loop. Means while becomes false. you may understand it. After that, you can close your file. Now you can open your file in a read mode. Look here, open d colon data dot dat rb, that is the read file operation. Try and except is the block. Here is it is this block is used to handle that occurs error. If you omit try and accept error, then it may also work. You will replace it with while true, y is equal to pickle dot load f. As usual, I have read here. You can read data separately. Open function, you have used open function, and after that passing file name with file mod rb, you can use pickle and you can just print. These are the mechanisms to read data from a binary file. This is also used here. You will open file in read mode only. You have to use pickle dot load f. File is read and reference is y. You can print y. If there are some error that will occur at runtime, then EOF error will be handled by try and accept block. After reading data and printing it, you can close your file and these are the function file operation that is declared here. So when you call that function, it will first write and after that read. Here are the example. Enter the integer 4. After that you will put y. You can again enter 6. You can again enter y. 8. You can again enter 10. After that you can enter n, small n. Small n is converted into capital N. Small n is converted into capital N. Look here, ans n. Small n is converted into capital N, means ans dot upper have value capital N. Capital N comparison to capital N gives true, then it will break your current iteration, means you are exit from the loop. Then after that you have to go to read operation. You have enter 4, you have enter 6, you have enter 8, you have enter 10. These are the output obtained in this result. Now again, there is a program to insert a record in a binary file. Here def insert is the name of function or method. Import pickle is the module. Read is a blank list, and here again are the same thing to enter roll number, enter name, enter marks. These 3 fields, roll number, name and marks, are entered by user, and there is a list and passing roll number, name, marks into these list, and after that you read it. Record is a blank list. You may append these data, means you can append data into record, and record is a blank list. means all the data, means all the three fields roll number, name and marks are entered into your record. After that, you may also want user to enter y or n. If user enter n, then loop will be exit because you will obtain break statement. When you obtain break statement, loops will be exit. Now you can open file in write mode only. Use record and dump. Pass record and dump means record value are written in file f and file is provided in d colon student dot dat. D colon student dot dat is the file. You can print message record added. After that you can close the file of close the file. After defining f insert function, you can call, here function is called. In a last line you may call the function, otherwise this program will does not produce any result. Look at the result. Look at the result. Here roll number, name and marks. Three fields are entered and these three fields are prepared in data. After entering these three fields, data is prepared. Data is assigned a value 10 Amit 80 and that data is appended in your record and that record is written. That record is written here. If user entered y, here is the y, then user may again enter roll number, name and marks, and again data is prepared using roll number, name and marks, and these data is again appended into record and this record is again written using record dot f dump function. After that, record added message is printed. Look here, the output produced here. These are the output produced. These output contains values that is not understand. Here Amit and Rahul. You can look here. Amit and Rahul, and other things are not understand because these are coded in binary form and we cannot able to understand exactly what is written when we read these data using binary read operation. Then the data that is entered by this program can be displayed in human readable form. The data that is written in previous program, here we can create or define a method fread function and import pickle module. These are the file object f is opened student.dat in read mode only at d drive location. Record is equal to pickle.load. This will read data. That data is from a binary file and reference is created for record. Record has a reference for data that is readed by your pickle.load function. When you want to print the data that is readed, first this is a message and here look, record contains all the three fields that is previously written. In a three field here you can see first is the roll number, second is the name, and third is the marks. And data is equal to roll number, name, and marks. These are the three fields that are written in your file. Here you can write record in F. F is file. F is file. These are the file, and data is roll number, name, and marks. Means these three fields is written in a binary file. When you want to reach these three fields, it has 0 index, it has 1 index, it has 2 index. Means when you read 0, it may refer roll number. When you pass 1, then it will read name field. When you pass 2, it may read marks field. Now again come to our program. Pickle.load file object is created. This is the simple print statement. These are the comment statement. Here record is a reference to pickle.load and file object is passed, hence all the file object is read, and record is the reference. I already show you that record contains three fields. Record contains three fields: roll number, name, and marks. These are a loop. R0 refers roll number, R1 refers name, and R2 refers marks. Here field is roll, name, and marks. This field may be different as written by your previous program, because these are the variables, and these variables may store value from R0, R1, and R2. Here roll number, here roll number. But our field, this contain only roll. I can show you because you may understand that it does not necessary to assign exactly same the field. Its field may be different in accessing. These three are basically a variable to hold value R0, R1, and R2. R0 is a record 0. 0 contains record contains three fields, that is roll number, name, and marks. 0 means roll number, 1 means name, and 2 means marks. When you can assign the value roll, name, mark, you can print roll, name, marks. Then it will print here output 10 Amit 80, 12 Rahul 85, because I can enter the same value. You can see here 10 Amit 80, 12 Rahul 85, and we can enter this value, and this value is written in our program. You can see it 10 Amit 80, 12 Rahul 85. These are the basic file operation. These are the basic file operation that is used in binary file. We can able to provide read operation. We can able to provide write operation. There is another file mode, that is append mode. In case of text, a read, R is for read operation, W is for write operation, and A is for append operation. There are some difference between read, write, and append. in case of write operation, new file is created and file contains null record, means file does not have any record. If you create or open a file which is having some record, then all the record will be erased and file is opened as a new file does not, and it may does not have any value, means when you open a file that is previously exist and having some data in write mode only, then all the data may be erased first and then blank file on the same name is opened for working. But in case of append mode, previous data exists and any other data that may be appended in your file will be added at the end of file. Same case here in binary mode. RB is for read binary file, WB is for write binary file, and AB is for append binary file. All the data are appended at the end of file when you open a file at append mode only. Here is a major difference. You can know absolute path and relative path. This concept is used when your Python file and your text file or binary file both are in a same location, then you does not need to provide location component. You can direct pass file name and file mode. In case when both the file are in the same location, this is known as relative path. But when both the files are in a different location, then you have to pass complete address, and that is known as absolute path. Look here, you may pass here complete address. Your file is student.dat and it is a D drive. Hence, D drive and student.dat is passed. These are the complete file address, and this is known as absolute address. When you omit location component and pass only student.dat and file mode, then it is a relative file path. I can prepare this video for the our student that may easily understand the topic. If there are further any confusion, you may contact me at my number, and I try to improve this video if you provide your feedback also. Goodbye, student.